I forgot one more question. Did you know when you went to the cinema and the air raid siren went off? How do you feel about that?
Well, have I told you the story about that?
I don't think so.
Well, I went to the cinema with my mum.
Yeah.
And it was, in those days, cinemas used to be like on the corner. There used to be one on the corner down there where we lived. There was a cinema around the corner. And I went to pictures with my mum. And I'm sitting there eating my sweets. I'm 11, same age as you know. And all of a sudden, everybody got up and started to go out. And I was thinking, what's going on? I couldn't make it out. So my mother had disappeared.
Did she leave you?
She got up and she went out. Now there was a thing on the screen that said, please leave the cinema, there's an air raid warning. And it was like a real bombing area, air raid, you know.
Yeah.
So I go outside, now I can't find my mother. I'm walking along the road, here comes my father. I said, where's Mum? He said, she's home. She was so frightened, she came home, she left me in the cinema. It was really frightening, it was. When we had an air raid, we used to sort of sit under the stairs because that's supposed to be the safest place you can be in a house.
But did you not, like, loads of people had, like, Anderson shelters?
They had air raid shelters. They had an air raid shelter in their garden, but we didn't have one. And also there was another air raid shelter you would have. It was like a big table and you had it in your living room. And it was metal, and they were metal sides, and they used to sleep underneath that.
I know.
Have you seen one of those?
Yeah.
Where have you seen that, love?
We were looking at them. We were looking at like air raid shelters in school.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well, see, people, your great grand, they had one in their garden.
Yeah.
But the gardens used to get so wet that the air raid shelters used to get full of water, and then you couldn't go in them. But lots of people had them, and they put beds in there and chairs and things like that, and little stoves to make a cup of tea and things like that.
Yeah.
And the thing I said to you just now, when the war broke out, everybody was given an identity card. Everybody had to have one, and everybody had to have a ration book.
I know, yeah.
So when you went to Brecon, what did you do there?
Well, basically, a woman, she actually said we're like actually acting it out, like what it was like, and we were like in a line. We were walking around in a circle, and then people were like, "I'll take you, I'll take you." You know, Is that what happened with you when you got there? Where did you go?
I went to Cornwall. No, I went. My parents took me to Cornwall.
Oh,
see, it wasn't like that. They took me to Cornwall. We went on the train.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they were the questions I've asked you, and say bye to Tonarruin. Say bye to Tonarruin.
Bye, Tonarruin. Well, would that be enough, though? Was that any good? Oh.
Brilliant.